Hello, guys and gals. So, as you can see, things are getting pretty serious on my channel because I now finally own a microphone. I simply just attached it to a pencil that's been sitting around my room for years. And just like this particular video, this pencil is pretty inspiring. So, we're going to read what it says first. Believe in yourself, stay positive, aim high, set goals, picture yourself succeeding, do your best. Success begins with believing you can. And you most certainly can if you can actually see yourself doing something. You have the passion for it. The best time to start doing it is right now. So, I was inspired by my super water video that I uploaded like a year or so ago to continue doing readings. I guess I'll turn it into a series. I'm just going to be reading internet articles though, because I don't have time to be writing scripts all the time. And honestly, I'm kind of out of ideas anyway. So I'm going to be leaving a link to this article down in the description just for peace of mind and curiosity if you guys want to check it out for yourself. But I'm going to be reading the entire article to you. This was written by a person named Alex Mathers on January 19th, 2025. So this is nice and fresh. All right, so yourtango.com, revolutionizing your relationships. Psychology says if you can master these 15 ideas, you'll remain happy into your 80s. The only person who can make you happy is you, but these ideas can give you a boost. I'm reading off of my tablet, not a date tablet. And so this is like the prologue, I guess. Most assume the ideas of money and success lead to happiness. While there's nothing wrong with doing well in life, neither of those clues should make your list of tips for finding happiness. Most people have been on the hunt for that elusive quality called happiness for most of their lives. Your mindset can be your greatest ally or your greatest enemy in life. When it comes to happiness, mindset ranks high with social support and love. It can be a deal maker or a deal breaker. Number one, happiness is not something you get from out there. We all have access to it from within, but we often close ourselves off from the spring of happiness. We do this in our thoughts and how we pollute our bodies with junk and drugs. I definitely agree with that junk, well, and the drugs part, but the junk part, people need to look at sugar, added sugar specifically, in a different way. The way I look at it is I also consider it a drug. Sugar can absolutely be addictive, and there's honestly no reason for us to be consuming it at all. Really, there's no benefits to eating added sugar. Um, Nature's sugar is honey, like maple syrup, the red apple. Um, all three of those have natural sugars, and that's really all you need in terms of sweetness. Oh, Fruit Loops. I'm seeing a lot of Fruit Loops commercial. I actually saw a video recently, American Fruit Loops versus Fruit Loops that you find in the United Kingdom. It's like night and day. It is absolutely scummy how much added sugar is in like soda, but like the way Fruit Loops are being marketed towards kids, it's like they're toys or something. Like they look completely different. American versus United Kingdom sugar, Fruit Loops, the ingredients, like there's just no reason for it to be the way it looks. It's just a bunch of unnatural colors and dyes and stuff that doesn't need to be there. Like, when I eat food, I couldn't care less about the aesthetic appeal. I'm eating food because I'm hungry and I want something that's going to give me energy. And, sugar, if you're consuming way too much of it, added sugar specifically, I'm talking about added sugars. If you're putting too much of that stuff in your body, It's literally going to take away your energy. It's not just going to give you diabetes. There's a reason why America is leading with the diabetes. It's not just going to make your skin worse. It's not just going to zap your energy. It's also going to do things to your brain. Like, there's just no reason to be consuming all that sugar. And it's honestly disgusting how much of it is surrounding us. I'm looking at a Fruit Loops commercial right now on my TV. Boy, are they colorful. Um, oh, another one. Milk chocolate and white chocolate. For white chocolate to be legally called chocolate, it needs to have at least 20% cocoa butter. The cocoa bean is a plant. Like dark chocolate, that stuff can actually be healthy for you. Can actually do good things to your brain and stuff. But milk chocolate, and especially white chocolate, that is literally just milk, butter, and sugar. The fact that white chocolate gets to be called chocolate at all is a crime. So, just do a little research on what you're putting in your bodies, guys, because the way I look at sugar, it's also a drug. All right, number two, understanding the happiness paradox. The happiness paradox reminds us that focusing too much on our happiness can distract us from what truly brings us joy. Constantly analyzing happiness can also be detrimental to our mental health, causing unnecessary internal stress and anxiety. A recent study suggested that instead of chasing happiness, people can focus on gratitude and appreciating what they have in the present moment. Number three, true happiness comes from being fully present. When you are present and relaxed, you are happy, regardless of what is happening in the world that you dislike when you think about those things. True happiness comes from being fully present at the moment and maintaining a relaxed mind, even if external circumstances and world events are causing stress and negativity. Research published in the Review of General Psychology revealed that focusing on the present and letting go of worries about things outside of one's control can still experience inner peace and contentment. Number four, it's okay to not feel happy. It doesn't mean something's wrong. Our resistance to not feeling okay often strengthens the feeling of unhappiness. It is most certainly okay to not feel happy because it is a natural human emotion. Um, the human mind is hardwired to focus on what's wrong in our lives. And I'm just assuming that that is a survival instinct. But, knowledge is power. Now that you know that our brains are hardwired to focus on bad things, it should be a little easier to focus on, fight off anything depressing. Number five, the quickest route to happiness is to let go of resistance to the nature of things. The most direct way to access our natural happiness is to accept and surrender to the way things are rather than fighting or trying to change circumstances beyond our control. 2013 research suggests that by accepting what is, we can release the energy spent fighting against it and open ourselves up to experiencing the inherent happiness within us all. There is happiness within us all. Number six, if you want a neat trick for staying depressed, blame others for your mistakes. If you want a fast track to feeling good, take ownership of your life. Quit blaming others for your problems and create something. Which leads into number seven, humans are creative beings. If we react more, quote, complaining, unquote, than create, quote, building, unquote, we deny who we are, losing what it means to be humans. Losing what it means to be human is why we feel unhappy. Number eight, An overlooked component in happiness research is withdrawal and imbalance. When we consume processed garbage, we feel bad. It's challenging to feel happy when our bodies are in disarray after eating a bowl of Twinkies. Hey, who's eating a bowl of Twinkies? When we quit any kind of drug, even caffeine, we'll feel withdrawal, including psychological withdrawal. I felt flat and unmotivated for weeks because of this, but I am still happy beneath it. I don't equate short term displeasure and chemical imbalance with unhappiness. Number 9, the happiest people have stopped looking for happiness. Instead, they focus on creating things, being consistent, and being useful to others. An American Psychological Association study explained that genuinely content and joyful people don't actively pursue happiness as a singular goal. Instead, they find it in a byproduct of living a meaningful life, focusing on positive actions, relationships, and experiences rather than constantly chasing a fleeting feeling of euphoria. Um, Becoming a YouTuber has really been a huge outlet for me. And that's because I am so interested in so many different things. Like, I can't even keep track. I can't even name the thing that I am the most interested in because it's kind of like even. So, and it's complicated because I'm a very introverted person. I don't like using the word antisocial. I don't have a problem socializing with people. I don't have a problem getting up in front of a crowd and talking. It's just that that's not really something I want to do. Here's a secret about me. I love being a janitor. It's one of the best jobs I've ever had. I've done lawn care, which is a close second. I've done retail. I've done fast food. And I was a pizza boy delivering pizzas. That was my first job. But being a janitor, it gives me the most fulfillment. It's um, it's pretty laid back, but I like how I can feel like I'm kind of my own boss. I just like being a janitor. I do not have a problem being a janitor for the rest of my life, honestly. But around the time that I posted my Superwater video was when I was realizing that YouTube keeps me happy because, like I said, I can find people that are interested in the same things that I am without needing to interact with them. Like within the comment section, I can see that people are really passionate about this thing that I am passionate about too, and interact with them. So it's really cool. I really love YouTube and helping people. That was like I've always wanted to help people. It's like one of my earliest memories. I've always wanted to make the world a better place. So thank you, YouTube. YouTube's original slogan, youtube.com, broadcast yourself. So maybe start a YouTube channel and just, who cares about the views and the likes and stuff? Just make videos that make you happy. Horribly moral. Um, did I read number 10? No. Number 10, happiness doesn't mean big smiles all the time. Modern, quote, unhappy, unquote, normies think that happiness means you need to be smiling big, sparkly smiles all the time. It doesn't. Happiness is quiet acceptance, not amped up on dopamine. It's very true. Like I said, after really diving into YouTube and after discovering what job I really like to do, I'm a very, very simplistic person. Here's another example. I love Ford. I've always loved Ford, but I've never really wanted a Mustang. I don't really care about sports cars that much. As a matter of fact, The first Mustang, well, the first production Mustang, which was made for women. The Mustang, the original Mustang, was marketed for women. Muscle car for women, basically. But I think that is one of the most gorgeous looking cars ever made. The 1965 Mustang. I would love to have that thing, but it's a coffin. No crumple zones, drum brakes, like a steering wheel that will put your spine in the back seats. Yeah. You can keep that thing. Every iteration of the Mustang I kind of liked less and less. Um, the last Mustang I like has to be the mid 2000s SN95. I don't really care that much about the facelift, but I love the pre facelift. That was my last favorite Mustang. The the 90s to 2000, not the facelift, but the pre facelift. I should have turned off my TV. I'm watching SpongeBob. Really distracting. All right. Also the Fox body. I love the Fox body, but I don't really care about any of the. It's funny when they made the retro modern Mustang, like with the retro modern Camaro and the Challenger. eh, I thought it was mid. I didn't really care about it. I thought the Camaro and the Challenger were cooler than the Mustang. Don't get me wrong. I really love that 2007 era Mustang, but I don't care about it. It's not one I would like to own. Mustang that I would like to own at this point, it's like it's going on 30 years old, and I'm just not really trying to maintain that. Personally, give me a station wagon. I hate where station wagons are right now. Station wagons deserve way more respect, and they need to come back. It's just a flat SUV. It's just a cheaper van. Come on, guys. Station wagons are where it's at. We were sleeping on a station wagon. Dodge Magnum. I'll take that over the Dodge Challenger. I don't really care about the Dodge Challenger. Amazing car, the Dodge Challenger, but I don't care about the Dodge Challenger. I don't care about a Charger, but give me a Magnum. Oh yeah, but I'm not gonna take one with a V6. I want an actual Magnum with a V8. But it seems like they're not gonna be taking less than $20,000 for a Dodge Magnum. I'm just like, you can keep that. All right, number 11. An unnatural diet inhibits your ability to feel happy and creative. This is why I eat a primal diet that hasn't changed much in the last 1,000 years. Human bodies evolve slowly, our diets have evolved quickly. Is there a link between brain fog and wolfing a loaf of bread? Of course there is. Bread and donuts are processed, quote, delicious, unquote, food that blocks your deepest sense of happiness. Do research on what you're eating, guys. Do research before you put it in your body. Number 12. Many of us are frustrated because we think things need to be harmonious for us to live a good life. But life is chaos. Let go of this reality. Expect the bad moments when they come. You can take them gracefully. You navigate the earth like water, not mud. Number 13. We lived entirely out of sync with how humans have naturally grown accustomed to living, i.e., spending lots of time in outdoors, in the sun, eating meat, broth, and a bit of fruit, and not typing in equations on spreadsheets. Most of this modern work we get stressed out about is essentially meaningless manufactured claptrap soon to be replaced by robots. Here to prop up an illusory machine that could collapse at any moment. What does this all mean? It means we must find compassion for ourselves. You're doing incredibly well for someone willing to put up with all this, as we have for centuries. The best we can do is make the most of it, find meaningful work that interests us, and find a way to enjoy it. Like being a janitor, very simplistic. I am a very simplistic person. Number 14, helping people. Happy people are willing to be disliked if it means embracing their true selves. Follow what others might criticize as weird if it is ethical and makes you happy. Happy people often prioritize authenticity and self-expression over seeking constant approval from others. They are comfortable being disliked by some people if it allows them to stay true to themselves. This idea is strongly associated with the book The Courage to be Disliked, which explores the philosophy of Alfred Adler, where the key to happiness is accepting oneself fully, even if it means facing rejection from others who might disagree with your choices. Trans community. Number 15. Number 15. If you're worried that you aren't happy enough, focus on making others happy. One way, quote, I hope, unquote, I do this is through my daily writing. I can see I help people through my words, and this makes me the happiest of all. He likes helping people, I like helping people. Who doesn't like helping people? Leos. So yeah, that's the article written by Alex Mathers. You can find this link, find a link to this article in the description below. I have to say, I was getting pretty bored reading all this, but I tell you, it must be a smartphone or something, or SpongeBob, which I am watching on TV right now. So I hope that you guys found this video informative, or at least entertaining, or whatever. I'm going to continue reading articles because I am looking for any excuse to read more. But like I said, I only want to keep relevant things on my channel. So that's going to be all for this video. Cheers, guys.